So hello everyone, welcome to my very small YouTube channel about knitting. My name is Isabelle, I am in France, I have 3 sons and I have 3 cats. Some have said it's related. And I'm filming these videos in English because I miss my English so very much. I used to live in the United States, but that was over 32 years ago. And I don't have that many opportunities to practice my English, so you are my own opportunity about once a week to be talking for about an hour in English. Today it's going to be a video about my regular knitting adventures, the type of videos you see about everywhere from other people on YouTube. I have several other series that I film, the Woolly News, my knitting adventures, and a new series which is the Woolly Stories. All of them are in separate playlists on my channel. So if that's of some interest to you, and if my mistakes and hesitations do not bother you too much, please stay tuned. So today it's a storm day. Once again, the storm is coming in, so I went back home before the storm comes in. And you may hear the pressure and the wind on the house, and all my cats are inside because after I came back from work, I still have some work to do that I can do from home. After I came back from work, they asked out, so I let them out, but they came back almost right away because I think they feel the difference in the pressure, the lower pressure coming in, and the wind is already quite strong, and we are scheduled to break maybe other records for winds right now or today. So you may hear my house moving and you may hear my cats. Okay, so first things first, what am I wearing? And this is going to be what I am wearing and my first finished object. So this is the Rainforest Canopy shawl by Helen Stewart. So excuse my hair, I just brushed my teeth and started to record, so that we do that before the light goes away. So the yarn and the pattern were gift by my dear Rosemary. So the yarn is Louis and Lola yarn, the pattern by Helen Stewart, and she designed the pattern with that yarn. So this yarn is from Australia, and so it's a modified triangular shawl. It's not a regular triangular shawl. It has a pointier end on one side because the increases are not on the same rhythm on both sides. So you alternate a mindless, so I chose garter stitch pattern or section, and you can have stockinette if you wish. There are instructions for all of that, and a very beautiful lace section. I love the color. The color is has some, maybe you can see it if I hide my face. It's light purple with yellow and green, very light speckles, and I've been wearing it non-stop. So I knit at the pattern as the pattern recommended. At first, every row is written, so you know at any time how many stitches you should be having and what you should be doing. And at first, I wasn't very comfortable with having the percentage of the shawl made. Once you hit that row, you have 5%, 10%, 20% made, and I thought it was quite discouraging. But at the end, I got used to that notation, and at the end, I was quite happy to see 80%, 90% done. And so, except for my mistakes, the things I missed. In the lace section at two times I made a mistake. I just did not unravel, and I decided to continue with it. So I need, as the pattern recommended, and I even made, so it's on that side, the little picot edge that the pattern calls for. I am not, so I kind of stretched it out and blocked it quite aggressively to really open the lace very well, so the picot doesn't really show. You can see it, I guess you can see it. And I'm not much into picots and this kind of things on shawls, and I was thinking, so maybe I will end up with an I-cord, but an I-cord would not match the border she had chosen to be placing on the two other sides, so that's just 3 garter stitch there on both sides. So I was thinking, what am I going to be doing? Do I need the picot or do I not need the picot? I decided to go with the picot just to be faithful to the pattern, to knit the pattern as is. And I have to say I am extremely glad I did, because I really love it. It's a really discreet picot edge. It's not in your face, too much in your face, and I really love the shawl. It has a very nice, it's a very nice addition to my wardrobe. I have no shawl, not much of this color. Believe me or not, I bought a dress to go with it. Yeah, a purple dress. I had no purple dress at all. My wardrobe is mostly blue, so I think the purple would go very, very, very well with all of the pieces I have. And now I have a purple dress to go with it. So that's what I was wearing, and my first finished object. Okay, my second finished object was sort of an impulse cast on, because for I'm not sure which reason I went into my stash to, I don't know, maybe I wanted to get some yarn, I don't really recall. And I found a bag of yarn my mother had given me last year. So it's been in my stash for a year, and it's been in hers for longer than that. And these were all leftovers. In these leftovers, there were tweedy type of yarn and plain type of yarn. So I decided to cast on all the tweedy type of yarn that I could gather, because there were different yarn weights, but they were all kind of in the same color range, and knit another of the weekend shrugs, the Saturday shrug, the Sunday shrug, not the Sunday because the one has a fade. I'm not sure I recall which one has a fade and which one is a lighter. I write it down, is the Friday or the Sunday shrug. Anyway, I casted on another Saturday shrug that I'm not knitting on gauge regarding what Jackie Rose has said. So the pattern is free on Ravelry. It's Jackie Rose who designed it, and apparently she's knit 30 of them along all of her life, and she decided to write the pattern down and give it to the community. So you see all of these tweedy yarn. So this one is black with white kind of effects. So this is a rather rough yarn. So I think there is wool in it. The second one, you see, it's also a tweedy. So the second and the third one are the same yarn. I think they're the same in two different beige. The fourth one, I knit double because I think it was a much lighter yarn, but I kind of regret holding it double because I did not have enough to at least make one regular stripe, but so be it. The fifth one, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, the fifth one is another yarn that is, so the two same ones are extremely soft and stretchy. I think it's acrylic, mostly acrylic. And this one has wool also in it because it's quite dry. So it's sort of a creamier beige rather than the two other ones that are much colder browns and beige and grays, more gray inside. And so once I had knit that first part, I went back and then I placed a black one again. The two other ones this way. The two other ones once again. I finished this one. I had enough for a stripe of the lighter one. The creamy one I finished here. The black I finished here, and the grayish brown I finished here. And I even had to use another yarn to cast off because I ran out. So I used everything I had from my mother's stash, from this, I would say between worsted and Aran weight type of yarn that had tweed effects. So some of them are wool, I think. Sorry, my cats are on the table. Some of them are wool, some of them are not, I think. And yeah, I've been wearing it a lot at home in the evening, but I think I will also wear it at work because these very neutral and beigey black colors go quite well with what I already have. And these are a whole bag of yarn that is out of my stash, and I'm very happy because for my yarn by year, I want to start buying yarn again once I have knit everything I have. And so I'm working towards knitting all my yarn. So to finish objects, I still have two works in progress. The one I'm not going to be talking about is the same. I cast it on with the yarn my younger son and his girlfriend got me for my birthday. It's the gingham coal. It's a double layer gingham pattern. It's quite difficult, not difficult, but it's quite demanding. It's not a mindless knit, and you know, with the, oh God, what are you doing? Sorry, there must be another cat outside. The Saturday shrug or the weekend shrugs are perfect for mindless knitting. So I'm not working on it. And there are more springy colors. So my promise is that for next time, I will have at least one row. Not too difficult. One row for next time. Anyway, my second work in progress, which I've been working on, is the Highland Thistle sweater by, let me see, Caroline Hulbrook. And so this pattern was a gift by Amy Palco. She gave the pattern to me along with the bag. Yes. And so I knit with that cone of yarn I bought last summer. I'm not sure what he wants. That's Ham says he never wants to go out. So well, maybe we should just wait. So he's a very loud and talking cat. Hopefully he's calmed down, and the thing that had him meow a lot, or either cats or the wind or something, I think he's gonna be okay. So my Highland Thistle sweater by I don't recall, Caroline Hulbrook. Yes, so that was a gift by Amy Palco, my The pattern was a gift, and I'm knitting with yarn from Cotentin, from Normandy. And I finished the body. I think last time the body was finished, because I think I recall I showed you that I made a transformation, a split hem, and a bit of body shaping. So since then I've knit one sleeve, and I'm on the second sleeve. So I knit that last night. I am very impatient to have it finished, of course, but to block it and to see how the yarn will behave upon blocking, upon soaking. Will it bloom a lot, because it's a very rustic, very dry yarn. The ladies from the yarn company say that it does bloom a lot when you wash it. And well, I'm very impatient to have it finished, of course to wear it, but to see how the yarn behaves and to decide what to do next with that yarn, because I have a couple shawls in mind that I want to be knitting. But if the yarn is too dry and too rough on the skin, maybe it's not a good idea to knit a shawl with that. But if it softens up, it blooms up, and a bit like holds super soft, I think. I have a couple shawls I want to make with that. So this is my current active whip, work in progress. There are short rows in the back. The sweater fits really well, I think, on the body. I may have to rip out the ribbing and make it a bit longer, unless it blocks out and I can stretch it out. I think I made it just a tad too short, so it's not a problem. If I think it's too short, I will rip out the ribbing and knit again once I'm working on it, because I don't want to be spending time and energy and ideas and a bit of money on a sweater that I'm not perfectly happy to be wearing. And I highly recommend this pattern. It's very easy to follow. You don't see it right now because it's a bit it needs to be open when I block it, but the motif, the stitch motif, the lace, a bit of lace and other stitch motif is really, really nice, and I think it fits very well, that yarn. So you see it's a gray, you see it a bit yellow, but it's not yellow in person, it's a brownish gray with undyed yarn, with all the fleeces from all the ship that I talked about. I'll try to attach right here the woolly stories where I presented that yarn, among others, that I bought last summer in l'Essai in Cotentin, in Normandy. And I'm very happy, and I'm already thinking about going there to buy yarn. Some of their dyes, so they dye the yarn themselves in the farm. And to make a color work, I have a couple ideas in my mind, but no, I need to knit my stash before I go back there. But I may go back. I may go back earlier than you think. Okay, so that's what I finished, what I'm working on. It's going to be a short episode today. What I'm going to be talking about next is all the recommendations and suggestions you made after my last video. If you recall, I was really hesitant, and I was really trying to find patterns for two projects. The first project is the one with the Paulin yarn that Rosemary once again gave me. So I caked all the yarn. There was that little one that was in a skein detached. So I have that. It's 200 grams of this very beautiful white Polworth yarn, and she gave also several skeins of mohair, and here is the variegated cyan mohair. So I've listened, you've listened to me, and you've made suggestions according to what I was saying and what I was thinking. And I think I need to go back to my tab, which is about here. I had talked about what to make with this white yarn. I did not want. At first I wanted a vest, but I don't want things that would go too much into my neck and get stained. Anyway, upon reflection, and I had a discussion, a couple of replies with Sandra Ponte. Sandra suggested several things, but talked about dotted ray for my other yarn, the yarn that is here, and I'm going to be talking about just after that. And Dotted Rays by Stephen West, sorry, of course, is a pattern I had in mind already, because I have it in one of my books, so I have it in my library. And Rosemary knit a dotted ray with the yarn I sent her. So I think, rather than using my purple and sunrise colored yarn, I'm gonna knit a dotted ray with a white yarn. And what is nice with that pattern is that you can knit until you run out of yarn. So either, and that is the part I'm not decided yet about, either the white yarn by itself, so a white dotted rays, and I've seen plain colored ones that are really beautiful, or holding it double with the variegated mohair, either all the way through, or for some sections and have some kind of striping effect if I want to have the Polworth yarn all by itself. Maybe holding it with mohair, or maybe not, but I am decided to cast on the Dotted Rays shawl by Stephen West with the Polworth yarn that Rosemary gave me. And this is also a way to be twinning with her about the pattern, knitting the same pattern with the yarn that she sent me, because this is what she knit with the yarn I sent her. So I feel really relaxed right now with that idea. I like the idea, and I will be casting on most probably next weekend. So next is the second project I asked you about. With the Lens Select colorways, the deep grapey purple one, and the sunset, or yeah, mostly sunset, I think, sunset colorways that I bought with my mother last November. Several of you have commented, so I should not say against, but saying that the Batad by Stephen West, once again, may not be a good idea. And I kind of agree with that. It's a very strong shawl with a very particular shape. And so I heard what you said, and I ruled out the Batad shawl. So what am I going to do? And I think who was? Janina, I hope I'm not butchering your name. You suggested the Kalara shawl by Amba O'Brien. I had a look. I love it. And I think what I'm going to be doing, because several of you suggested the dotted rays and alternate both colors. what I'm going to be doing, I'm almost decided to buy the Calara shawl by Amber O'Brien, and stripe it, but one row, it's got a stitch. So one row in one color, one row in the other color. That's gonna be toning down the very bright pink and yellow and red from the, let's say, sunrise colors with the grapey one. And it's not going to be too dark either, having, you know, strong stripes between a very bright and a very dark color. So when I chose these colors are completely out of my comfort zone. They are not the type of color I wear. And I can assure you that with my new purple dress, the Rainforest Canopy shawl is gonna fit perfectly, and this one, striping the Calara shawl with one stripe in the dark color and one stripe with the light color, is also going to be really well going with this new dress. So I'm very happy. I'm very happy I asked. I'm very happy I did not cast on the batard with that yarn, with the Len Select yarn, because I think it would have been a mistake. You convinced me. Of course, I'm the one casting on. I'm the one wearing the things I need. So yeah, but you had very good ideas, and I thank you very much for commenting under the video, because it helped me go through my process, my thoughts. And I guess one of the reasons I need another Saturday or weekend shrug, it's because it helped me think, knitting something that is really mindless, so I could, you know, imagine and think and stop anytime and have a look and think about it a bit more. So this mindless knit helped me go through my ideas and decide what I was going to be doing with these extremely beautiful yarn that I have. And so once again, I'll be casting on the Calara shawl by Amber O'Brien, striping with both colors, one row back and forth with one color, and one row back and forth with the other one. Okay, so that's all for today. A shorter episode. The other one, the last one, was really long. And if you are not interested into some life updates or life informations, I thank you so very much to be with me and to be watching my videos and commenting and liking and helping all the YouTube thing that makes my videos be presented to other people. And thank you for subscribing and being here. I do appreciate every single one of you. I do appreciate talking with you in the comment sections. So please tell me what you think about my current choice. I may wait a couple days after the video is up to be casting on, but I'm almost 100% decided. So with, you know, that one too. And yeah, I thank you very much for being here with me, and I will see you next time. Okay, a bit of life update, because I guess I'm not really prone to share what's bugging me, but sometimes it's bugging me and stressing me out so much that I talk about it. So I guess I also need to be talking about what makes me really happy. And so one of my sons was born at the end of March, the other one another one at the beginning of April. The middle one is from September, was born in September. So my youngest son and my eldest son were at home last weekend. It was Easter weekend, so we had an extra day. If you don't celebrate Easter, at least in France, we do have a holiday at that occasion. And so both of them were home with me and for the weekend. And Theo, my son who is in Toulouse, could not come back home for many different reasons. And one of the reasons was he did not buy an airplane ticket soon enough. It's a whole day traveling by train. So, and it's an hour and a half by plane. He did not get the airplane ticket on time. And when he looked, the fares were extremely expensive, of course, for Easter weekend. And so he did not come home. So we went on Friday night to a restaurant with my eldest son, my youngest son, and my eldest son's girlfriend. My youngest son's girlfriend could not come, could not make it. And of course, I gave him the usual chocolate. What were the chocolate bunnies? I guess I gave them for Easter, even though they are grown-ups. They enjoy that very much, and don't get me wrong, I got one for me too. So we went to a restaurant on Friday night because my eldest son's girlfriend was working this weekend, so it was easier on Friday night. On Saturday, we went to have lunch by the seaside and tried to have a walk after we had lunch, but we had a late lunch, and but the wind was so strong. So it was the first part of the storm. The wind was so strong that we walked for maybe 10 minutes. So strong and so cold. So we turned back and we went back to the car and went back home. And so I had them over for the weekend. I was so happy. My mother was a bit sad because she kind of was expecting me to come to see her for Easter and not leave her alone. That's what she said. So I said, I can't, I'm working this week, and I was working the week before. And I'm going to see her a week and a half from now. I hope I will have enough time to film one video in advance so that there is no break into my uploads. But if I don't have enough time to record in advance and upload the video at that moment, you'll miss a video. I'll make a community post to say that I'm away and I won't be posting at that moment. But anyway, I guess I can manage, but we'll see. But anyway, I'm going to see my mother. We may, it's not sure because she was so enthusiastic about going with me to the Pyrenees. But now she doesn't want to go any longer. She's 86, so 85 and a half, we'll see, rather than to be exact. I know it's a long journey for her. It's about 5 to 6 hours of driving from her house, 5 hours of driving from her house. So I usually get there from her house in 6.5 hours, something like that. So it's a long trip for her. If she doesn't want to go, I'll go next summer. But my motivation is go there to get some more hair. And or maybe I will be able also to go to the mohair farm next to her house, but they do not have the mohair cardé, the rough mohair that I like a lot. So we'll see. And there is one of these colorway in this mohair. It's a bit like that. It's a bit plummier, I think. It's more burgundy than purple. This one is more purpley, grapey kind of color. And the one they have in the Pyrenees is more on the purple, but with more red into it, so more on the burgundy side. And I really I've been thinking about that yarn since last summer, when I did not get it, and since last summer I was thinking, I want that colorway. But anyway, if I do not manage to go to the Pyrenees at that moment, I'll go next summer, because I only have 1 week. I can only take 1 week off in between a weekend. So one Wednesday, I can leave one Wednesday, and I have to be back next Wednesday, because I teach the first part of the week and I teach the later part of the next week. So I have to be here. And having that much of a road trip for me in 1 week, it's a lot. So I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing, but I'm very happy to be going to see my mother. She's expecting me. She's been written down in her calendar that I'm coming, and almost every day, she reminds me, and she asks me, so when are you going? And I say, go see your calendar. Ah, yes, you are going. So you're coming in 1 week, 1 week and a half. And yeah, she's very excited to be seeing me, and that I'm going to see her. And I'm really happy to do so. So whether we go to the Pyrenees or not, it's okay. And I hope I will manage to meet the lady who's taking care of her, if she's been back from her vacation and if she has time. If she doesn't, she doesn't, and I'll see her at another time. Yeah, so I feel more lighthearted and less stressed out than the other day. And that last time I posted a video. I have to say that I usually film, so we are on a Wednesday. I usually film on a Wednesday. So that leaves me 1 full day, or I should say 2 evenings, to edit the video. And some videos take a lot of time to edit, to find the pictures and all the reference that I put in the description box. So it's about, I would say, 4 hours of editing for a video like last week, which was over an hour, something like that. And I could not record on the Tuesday, not on the Wednesday. I had to record on the Thursday, and I finished the editing on the Friday at the beginning, just the beginning of the afternoon. No, I finished the editing about 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon, and it took not that long to upload the video, maybe 20 minutes, but it took 110 minutes for YouTube to process the video to HD, to high definition. So maybe it was available before that in standard definition, and it took over an hour, for an hour and 20 minutes to, no, an hour and a half to proceed to process the video to HD on the YouTube side. So I don't like to be doing that way. I was teaching in the morning. I had to edit in between my classes. No, I don't want to be doing that again. So hopefully I will have less teaching. I'm saying that I have a full day tomorrow on Thursday, but I will be able to edit tonight. So I should be okay to post the video without stressing out. And what I like to be doing is upload the video whenever it's ready and schedule it. So Ramses is quite noisy. And schedule it to be live on Friday afternoon at 4:30 p.m. Paris time. It's convenient for me. So that's what I like to be doing, what I've been doing for a year and a half now. Today is the total episode number 89. Can you believe that? No, 90. Can you believe that? In 10 episodes from now, it's going to be my 100th episode video, my 100th video. So I should think about something to celebrate. And I feel much less stressed out. And I do hope that your own knitting helps you distress and feel and have more joy and happiness and find more joy and happiness into your life, because it does. And your presence on my channel brings me much joy and happiness. And I thank you a lot for watching these videos. I do wish lots of love and lots of joy and happiness into your life. I've seen a few different people here on YouTube saying that they had serious health problems. I've seen also some people say they were getting better. So I'm sending all good vibes and positive brain waves to all of you. And I thank you very much for being here with me, and I will see you next time.